Every few seconds, somewhere in the world, someone suffers a stroke. It happens without warning. One moment, a person is going about their morning, drinking coffee, watching the news, talking to a loved one. And then everything changes. For people over the age of 60, the risk becomes significantly higher. In fact, the chances of having a stroke more than double every 10 years after the age of 55. But here's something most people don't hear often enough. Stroke is largely preventable. Research shows that up to 80% of strokes may be prevented through lifestyle choices. That means the food on your plate and the way you move your body each day could be making a far bigger difference than you realize. In this video, you'll discover foods that support healthy blood flow, reduce inflammation, and help protect your brain and heart, foods that are easy to find, easy to prepare, and genuinely enjoyable to eat. And you'll also learn gentle exercises you can do right at home, no gym, no equipment, no fitness experience required. Stay with me through this entire video, because at the end, I'll pull everything together into a simple daily routine that takes almost no effort to follow. Let's get started. Before we get into the foods and exercises, let's take just a minute to understand what's actually happening during a stroke, in simple, plain terms. Your brain is constantly being fed oxygen and nutrients through a network of blood vessels. When that blood flow gets interrupted, either because a vessel is blocked or because one bursts, the brain cells in that area begin to die within minutes. That's a stroke. Now, what causes those blood vessels to become blocked or damaged in the first place? Several things, and most of them build up quietly over time. High blood pressure is the single biggest risk factor. Over years, high pressure inside your arteries can damage their walls and make them stiff, narrow, and prone to blockage. Inflammation is another major player. Chronic, low-grade inflammation, often driven by poor diet and a sedentary lifestyle, damages blood vessel walls and increases the risk of clot formation. High cholesterol, particularly the kind called LDL, can build up as plaque inside your arteries, narrowing the channel through which blood flows. And here's the important part, all of these factors are influenced by your daily habits. Which brings us to some very good news. The food you eat directly affects your blood pressure, your cholesterol levels, and the amount of inflammation in your body. Whole, natural foods contain compounds that protect your blood vessels, keep your arteries flexible, and reduce the risk of dangerous clots. Movement, even gentle, consistent movement, strengthens your heart, improves circulation, and helps your body manage blood pressure naturally. And here's the most encouraging part, you don't need dramatic changes to see real benefits. Small, consistent daily habits have a compounding effect over time. They add up. They protect you quietly in the background every single day. Let's start with the foods. Here are 7 foods that genuinely support a healthier brain and heart. 1. Leafy greens, spinach, kale, and Swiss chard. Let's start with something simple and powerful, leafy green vegetables. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard, arugula, these dark greens are loaded with natural nitrates, compounds that your body converts into nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is remarkable. It signals the smooth muscle lining your blood vessels to relax and widen, which directly helps lower blood pressure. Leafy greens are also rich in folate, a B vitamin that helps reduce levels of homocysteine, an amino acid that, when elevated, is linked to a higher risk of stroke. And as an added bonus, they're high in potassium, which works to counter the blood pressure-raising effects of sodium in your diet. Easy ways to eat more leafy greens. Add a handful of spinach to your morning smoothie, you won't even taste it. Use kale or arugula as the base of your lunchtime salad. Stir spinach into soups, eggs, or pasta sauces. Aim for at least 1 serving of leafy greens per day. It doesn't have to be a big plate, even a handful makes a difference. 2. Fatty fish, salmon, sardines, and mackerel. If there's one food that has the most consistent research backing for heart and brain health, it's fatty fish. Salmon, sardines, mackerel, trout, these fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. Omega-3s work in several important ways to reduce stroke risk. They lower triglycerides, a type of fat in your blood that, when high, is linked to heart disease and stroke. They reduce inflammation throughout your body. And they help keep your blood from becoming too sticky, meaning they reduce the tendency of platelets to clump together and form dangerous clots. How to include more fatty fish? Aim for 2 to 3 servings per week, about the size of your palm per serving. Canned sardines or salmon are budget-friendly and just as nutritious as fresh. Try baking or grilling salmon with olive oil and herbs for a simple, delicious dinner. If you don't enjoy fish, omega-3 supplements from fish oil or algae oil are a good alternative, but talk to your doctor first, especially if you take blood thinners. 3. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries. These small fruits pack an extraordinary punch. Berries, especially blueberries and strawberries, are among the richest dietary sources of flavonoids, a class of antioxidant compounds that have been shown to support cardiovascular health significantly. One major study found that women who ate 3 or more servings of blueberries and strawberries per week had a 32% lower risk of heart attack compared to those who rarely ate them. And heart attack risk and stroke risk are closely connected. Berries help protect the inner lining of your blood vessels from oxidative damage, reduce inflammation, and support healthy blood pressure. Easy ways to enjoy more berries. Toss them on top of oatmeal or yogurt in the morning. Keep frozen berries on hand, they're just as nutritious as fresh and far cheaper. Blend them into a simple smoothie with some spinach and banana. Even a small daily serving, just half a cup, can start to make a meaningful difference. 4. Whole grains, oats, brown rice, and quinoa. When it comes to grains, the difference between whole and refined is enormous. White bread, white rice, and regular pasta have had most of their fiber and nutrients stripped away during processing. Whole grains, on the other hand, still have their bran and germ intact, and that's where the real nutritional value lives. Oats, brown rice, whole wheat bread, quinoa, and barley are all excellent choices. The soluble fiber in these foods, especially oats, forms a gel-like substance in your digestive tract that helps bind and remove LDL cholesterol before it can enter your bloodstream. Whole grains also prevent sharp spikes in blood sugar, which over time can damage blood vessels and increase stroke risk. And they help you feel fuller longer, supporting a healthy weight, another key factor in stroke prevention. Simple swaps to make today. Switch your morning cereal to steel-cut or rolled oats. Replace white rice with brown rice or quinoa. Choose 100% whole wheat bread instead of white. These small swaps are barely noticeable on the plate but add up to real protection over time. 5. Nuts, walnuts, almonds, and pecans. Nuts are one of the most underrated foods for cardiovascular health and one of the easiest to incorporate into your daily life. Walnuts deserve special mention here because they're one of the few plant-based sources of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a type of omega-3 fatty acid. Regular walnut consumption has been linked to lower LDL cholesterol, reduced inflammation, and improved arterial function. Almonds are rich in vitamin E, magnesium, and healthy monounsaturated fats, all supportive of heart and vessel health. Studies have consistently shown that people who eat nuts regularly have significantly lower rates of cardiovascular disease. And you don't need a large amount, just a small handful per day is enough to see benefits. Easy ways to enjoy nuts. Keep a small container of mixed nuts on your kitchen counter for easy snacking. Sprinkle chopped walnuts on oatmeal or salads. Add almond butter to whole grain toast for a satisfying breakfast. One caution, nuts are calorie-dense, so stick to a moderate portion, about one small handful, or roughly 1 ounce per day. 6. Beans and legumes. Beans and legumes are some of the most powerful, most affordable, and most overlooked foods for stroke prevention. Lentils, black beans, chickpeas, kidney beans, edamame, all of these are exceptionally rich in soluble fiber, which, as we discussed, helps lower LDL cholesterol. They're also high in potassium and magnesium, two minerals that are critical for maintaining healthy blood pressure. Beans also provide steady, slow-releasing carbohydrates that help stabilize blood sugar, preventing the arterial damage that comes from chronic blood sugar spikes. And as a source of plant-based protein, they help reduce reliance on red and processed meats, foods that, in excess, are associated with increased cardiovascular risk. Simple ways to eat more beans. Add a can of rinsed beans to soups, stews, or chili. Use lentils as a base for hearty salads. Blend chickpeas into hummus and enjoy with vegetable sticks. Aim for 3 to 4 servings of beans or legumes per week. Your blood vessels will thank you. 7. Olive oil. Our final food is one of the most extensively studied in the world, and the research is remarkably consistent. Extra virgin olive oil is the cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet, which has repeatedly been shown to reduce the risk of stroke, heart attack, and cardiovascular mortality. Olive oil is rich in oleic acid, a heart-healthy monounsaturated fat that supports flexible, healthy arteries. It also contains powerful polyphenols, antioxidant compounds that protect blood vessel walls from oxidative damage, reduce inflammation, and even help lower blood pressure. In fact, one landmark study found that people who regularly consumed olive oil as part of a Mediterranean-style diet had a 41% lower risk of stroke than those who consumed little of it. Easy ways to use olive oil. Use it instead of butter when sautéing vegetables or cooking eggs. Drizzle it over salads as a simple dressing with lemon juice. Dip whole grain bread in a small bowl of olive oil with herbs. Choose extra virgin olive oil. It has the highest concentration of beneficial polyphenols compared to regular or light olive oil varieties. Those are your 7 protective foods. Now let's talk about movement, because no matter how well you eat, your body still needs to move to thrive. Before we begin, please check with your doctor before starting any new exercise routine, especially if you have any existing health conditions, balance concerns, or have been sedentary for a while. The exercises in this section are gentle and designed for older adults, but your doctor knows your body best. That said, let's move. Exercise 1. Daily walking. This is the single most powerful, most accessible, and most consistently supported exercise for cardiovascular health. Walking is not glamorous, but the research on it is extraordinary. Just 20 to 30 minutes of moderate walking per day, the pace where you can talk but feel slightly breathless, has been shown to lower blood pressure, improve circulation, reduce inflammation, support a healthy weight, and significantly cut the risk of stroke. Walking improves the function of your endothelium, the thin inner lining of your blood vessels, helping them stay flexible and responsive. It also trains your heart to pump blood more efficiently, meaning your resting heart rate gradually decreases and your cardiovascular system works less hard at every moment of every day. How to start? Begin with just 10 minutes if you're not currently active. Build slowly. Walk outdoors when possible. Fresh air and natural light add mood and energy benefits. If weather is an issue, walk inside your home or at a local mall. Use a simple pedometer or phone app to track your steps, aiming towards 7,000 to 10,000 steps per day over time. Consistency matters far more than intensity. A gentle daily walk beats an occasional intense session every time. Exercise 2. Seated leg raises. This exercise is perfect if standing for long periods is difficult, or if you're just starting out and want to ease in gently. Seated leg raises activate the muscles of your thighs and core while simultaneously stimulating blood circulation through your lower limbs, an area where circulation often becomes sluggish with age and inactivity. How to do it? Sit upright in a firm chair with your feet flat on the floor. Slowly straighten one leg, lifting it parallel to the floor. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds, then lower it back down. Alternate legs. Aim for 10 to 15 repetitions on each leg, 1 to 2 sets. As you get stronger, you can add an ankle weight for light resistance. But body weight alone is perfectly effective to begin with. This exercise can be done while watching television, which makes it one of the easiest to build into your day without even thinking about it. Exercise 3, heel-to-toe walking. Balance becomes increasingly important as we age. Falls are one of the leading causes of serious injury in older adults, and improving your balance is both a safety matter and a circulation matter. Heel-to-toe walking, sometimes called tandem walking, is a classic balance exercise used in physical therapy and rehabilitation settings. It activates the stabilizing muscles throughout your legs, ankles, and core, improving both coordination and body awareness. How to do it? 1. Stand near a wall or counter in case you need support. 2. Place your right heel directly in front of your left toe, touching or nearly touching. 3. Look forward, not down. 4. Take slow, deliberate steps forward in this heel-to-toe pattern. 5. Walk 10 to 20 steps, turn carefully, and return. Practice this once or twice daily. Over time, you'll notice you feel more steady and confident on your feet, which has enormous quality of life benefits beyond stroke prevention. Exercise for arm circles. Your upper body circulation is just as important as your lower body, and it's often neglected in gentle exercise routines. Arm circles are a simple, low-effort movement that gets blood flowing through your shoulders, arms, and upper chest, while also gently loosening the joints and warming up the muscles around your neck and upper back. How to do it? 1. Stand or sit upright with your arms extended out to your sides at shoulder height. 2. Make slow, controlled circles about the size of a dinner plate, moving your arms forward. 3. Do 10 circles forward, then 10 circles backward. 4. Keep your shoulders relaxed, not raised up toward your ears. 5. Repeat 1 to 2 times. This exercise can also be done while seated in a chair, making it ideal if standing exercises are uncomfortable. As a bonus, many people find it relieves tension in the neck and shoulders, areas where many of us unconsciously carry stress. Exercise 5, gentle stretching and neck rolls. Our final exercise is perhaps the gentlest, but don't underestimate it. Gentle stretching, including slow, deliberate neck rolls, reduces muscle tension and stiffness, improves the range of motion in your joints, and helps maintain good blood flow through tight areas of the body. The neck in particular is important. The carotid arteries in your neck are major vessels carrying blood to your brain. Chronic tension and stiffness in the neck and shoulder area can contribute to restricted blood flow and increased arterial strain over time. How to do gentle neck rolls? 1. Sit upright in a comfortable chair. 2. Slowly lower your right ear toward your right shoulder. Hold for 5 seconds. 3. Return to center, then lower your left ear toward your left shoulder. Hold for 5 seconds. 4. Gently drop your chin toward your chest and hold for 5 seconds. 5. Slowly roll your head in a half circle from shoulder to shoulder. Do not roll your head backward, this can put strain on the cervical spine. 6. Repeat 3 to 5 times. Follow with a full body gentle stretch, reaching your arms overhead, rotating your torso gently side to side, and slowly bending to stretch your hamstrings from a chair. End each session with 3 to 5 slow, deep breaths. Diaphragmatic breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, naturally lowering blood pressure and heart rate, a perfect finish to any movement session. Now let's bring it all together. Here's an example of what a single protective day could look like: simple, realistic, and genuinely enjoyable. Morning. Start your day with a warm bowl of oatmeal topped with blueberries and a small handful of walnuts. Drizzle a little honey if you like it sweet. This single breakfast gives you whole grains, berries, and healthy fats, 3 of our 7 protective foods in one sitting. After breakfast, step outside for a 20-minute walk. Keep a comfortable pace. Let yourself enjoy the air, the light, the movement. This is not a workout. It's a gift you're giving your heart. Mid-morning. If you're sitting for a while, take a 5-minute break to do your seated leg raises, right there in your chair. Lunch. A large salad with leafy greens, drizzled with extra virgin olive oil and lemon juice. Add a can of salmon or sardines for protein and omega-3s. Throw in some chickpeas for fiber and blood pressure support. Afternoon. A light snack of an apple and a small handful of almonds. Simple, satisfying, protective. Evening. Dinner could be a hearty lentil and vegetable soup with whole grain bread dipped lightly in olive oil. Warm, filling, and deeply nourishing. Before bed, spend 5 minutes doing your gentle stretching and neck rolls. Breathe slowly. Let your body wind down naturally. That's it. That's the routine. It doesn't require willpower. It doesn't require sacrifice. It just requires consistency. Stroke is one of the most devastating health events a person can experience, but it is not inevitable. The science is clear: the choices you make every single day, the foods you eat, the ways you move, have a real, measurable impact on your risk. And the beautiful thing is, none of this requires a dramatic overhaul of your life. It's the oatmeal instead of the pastry. The walk instead of the couch. The olive oil instead of the margarine. Small, quiet, steady choices that protect you in ways you'll never fully see, because the stroke that doesn't happen leaves no trace. If you found this video helpful, please take a second to like it. It helps this information reach other people who need it. And if you know someone over 60 who could benefit from this, please share it with them. You might be doing something more important than you realize. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss our upcoming videos on managing blood pressure naturally, the best foods for brain health, and gentle exercises for joint pain. And leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these habits will you start with first? Take care of yourself. Move a little. Eat well. And I'll see you in the next one.